It was June 21st, 1947. And Harold Dahl and his son were out in the Puget Sound near Maury Island, salvaging logs, hugging the coastline. Just a normal day. Passed the lighthouse, came back around the other side. And without warning, there were 6 objects. They looked like donuts. They looked like jelly-filled donuts. Came up over the horizon, and they were molten lava in the center of these objects. And as they came closer, there was hot metal slag dropping out of the middle. And as it hit the water, the steam was coming up. Steam. And so it came close to the boat and started hitting the boat and burning holes in the boat. And unfortunately, their dog was on board and got hit and got killed. The son, he got injured in his arm. They made an emergency landing. They pulled to shore on Maury Island. And they waited in the bushes and watched these objects until eventually they spun off over the horizon. So they got back in their boat, what was left of it, and they went back to Tacoma, Washington. And 3 days later, there was a knock at the door. And Harold opened the door, and it was a man in black. A black suit, black tie, black glasses. And he introduced himself as a man from the government. He said, "I know what you saw the other day. And if you tell anyone, you'll be in big trouble." Anyway, that was the very first Man in Black. We own it, Washington State. 3 days later, June 24th, 1947, Kenneth Arnold was leaving the Chehalis Airport on his way to Yakima in a Cal Air A2 plane. And suddenly 9 flying discs came up over Mount Rainier. And because he was a pilot, he was able to track those objects faster than anything that we had in our technology at that time. Then he landed. He landed in Yakima, and everybody thought he was crazy. So he got back in his plane, and he went down to Portland, Oregon, and apparently in Portland they didn't think he was crazy down there. And so the local newspaper wrote an article, and that's where the term flying saucer comes from. This is Summer of the Saucers, 1947. Sorry. Saw that wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw that wheel way up in the middle of the air. The big wheel was a whirling way up in the middle of the air. Over yonder mountain, Kenneth spotted 9. Up over yonder mountain, Kenneth spotted nine, like saucers on the water, skipping in a line. Tell you what a hypocrite he will do, way up in the middle of the air. I'll tell you what a hypocrite he will do, way up in the middle of the air. He'll talk about me and he'll talk about you, way up in the middle of the air. Thank you so much.